All right, we are live. Oh, man, I've got a story for you. It has just happened. I mean, I'm talking an hour and a half ago. It was frustrating. It was really frustrating. All right, by the way, hi. Today's Friday, March 21st, 2025. You're playing Connections and all the other great puzzles with me. P.S. You can see behind me, if you want to vote for me for America's favorite teacher, sadly, alas, I am right now in second place. Oh no, I'm in second place. So if you would cast your vote, you can see the QR code behind me, or it was behind me, I guess. There is a link in my channel page. There's a link in the pinned comment. There's a link in the description. I know in a YouTube live short you can't click on links, but you can see it on my channel page in different places. But I'm in second place. That's not good. For a moment, while we were doing our live stream yesterday, I was in first place, and then only about an hour later, I dipped back to second, which tells me that we're neck and neck. This other person that I'm right with, Kiki Powell, she's incredible, right? She's a great teacher. She's won many awards. She's done interviews. She's done, pretty incredible feats in her teaching career. And as have all of these people, right? We had a live stream not that long ago where I read all 20. I mean, there's not 20 anymore. It's just down to 10. But we read from Lisa Smith and on. I read. But just amazing people. Really, really great people. Okay, you want to hear my story? Here's my story. This literally just happened. So I love what I do. I love what I teach. I teach photography, I teach video production, and I teach TV broadcast. Now, I very often do photo shoots for a variety of teams. I've done basketball, I've done football, I've done lacrosse, I've done soccer. Most recently, I did the soccer team, and it turned out really beautiful. We did some gorgeous, gorgeous shots on the playing field with its net behind, and some kids were holding the ball and all that. It just looked really cool. It was an awesome photo shoot. About, I want to say a month ago, I did a photo shoot for the girls lacrosse team. I had also done the boys lacrosse too, but girls, they wanted something different. Boys just wanted their seniors. Girls wanted everybody on the whole team. They wanted the entire team. They wanted headshots for max preps or whoever they wanted it for. I don't know. I don't ask questions. I just do the photos. And they also wanted a senior portrait, right? So they come in my studio, and there's 7 of the 8 girls in my studio, and then one girl she was on vacation or something, and had to come back and do like a swap in. Okay, as a photographer, I don't know if this is true of all photographers, but I absolutely despise swapping people into photos. If you were not there, it's not going to look good. I promise you. Oh, we'll just insert them into the background. No, it's not going to look good. They wanted me to swap in this one girl who was on vacation, right? And so I did. The lighting was a little bit different. It looked, that classic uncanny, this photo doesn't look like it belongs together kind of look. Okay, so fast forward to today, and it's between third period and fourth period, and I had at least 4 or 5 of the lacrosse girls in full uniform, lacrosse stick in hand, and they're like, okay, we're ready for our shoot. And I went, I'm sorry, what? yeah, we're all here. We're ready for our senior portrait retake. And I went, you mean that one where we had to swap it in? She said, yeah, it looked really bad. We want to just, we want to put our, and there's a new girl on the team now too. There's an extra girl on the team. And we want to put it all, we just want to take a new photo. And I said, you realize I'm teaching class, right? Like I'm about to start fourth period. We're learning metering. We're going on into, these in-depth topics. I can't just drop all of that because you want a photo. And one of the girls was like, well, didn't the coach tell you we were going to set it up for today? We've had it planned since like Monday this week. And I started getting mad. I have not lost my cool in my classroom it was last class year. Seriously, last year I lost my cool. And this is the worst kind of, I don't know, I don't want to call it a blow up, but I was very frustrated. I said, you need to know this. First and foremost, I am a teacher. Secondly, yes, I might do some of these things for you, but I do not serve you. I do not just, you walk into my classroom and you can get photos done whenever you want. I had my photo studio set. It's not just for photos. I had it set up also for, this kid was doing interviews, right? He had, for my video production class, my TV broadcast class, he had people coming in to do an interview. We have this great interview series as part of the TV broadcast program. And this kid came in, these girls came in, and they were like, okay, we're ready for our photo shoot. And I'm like, this is news to me. So I frantically started taking down all of the interview stuff. I had, special lighting and microphones and stuff. I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And I set up the lighting. And as I'm putting the last light in place for the photo shoot, one of the girls said, oh, 2 of the girls are sick, so they're not going to be here today. And I went, you got to be kidding me. and then I was very mad. I was exceedingly mad. I was not happy. Okay, so Alex, I don't know if you know this, but I don't do that. So sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I was very heated. I was not happy. And I'm considering, maybe you guys can help me out with this. Do I write an email to the lacrosse coach? She and I have a pretty good working relationship. I don't know if we'd call it friends. We're definitely acquaintances on a work level. And it's a good, amicable relationship, working together. And I don't want to damage that in any way, but I need to let her know that what just happened was not okay. To just walk into my room like that. I think, I could be wrong, but I think that one of the girls was supposed to come to me and ask if that was okay, like a week ago, plan ahead on Monday or something. But it didn't happen. I didn't get the memo. I was the last to know that I was doing a photo shoot apparently. And I was not happy. Anyway, so I'd love to, yeah, don't worry. I took care of that. Anyway, I'd love to get your take on this lacrosse, the lacrosse situation. I'm teaching class, and then she, kind of, well, I shouldn't say she, because I don't even know if the coach was involved. Maybe it was just the individual girls that kind of decided, and then just barged into my 4th period class, and I'm like, no, I'm teaching class. I don't do this. It's I'm wondering what to say to them. Like, they see me so one-dimensionally that I'm just this like giver of photos, and they don't respect that I also teach, and I don't know. It was just a weird situation. Hey, you know what? Thanks for listening. Let's play the puzzles. All right. Compass, icon, soap, world, legend, exam, stencil, chart, scene, ruler, mitzvah, circle, great, sphere, lion, and T-square. Wow. Okay. So I see compass, ruler, T-square, and stencil maybe? These are like writing instruments, like drawing tools. Yeah, drawing tools. Great. Awesome. And that was the blue category even. Legend. Where does mitzvah? Like bar mitzvah? Bat mitzvah for a girl? Wow. Where do these go together? So circle, sphere, world, and gosh, a legend, an icon, the great, and a lion. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't want to waste a vote. I don't want to waste a guess. Sphere, circle, I feel like world goes in there. How about bar mitzvah, bar of soap? Bar chart? Oh, and bar exam. Oh, that's got to be it. And it's a purple category. Why do we see the hard ones first? These should be easy. Oh, boy. Okay, the great, the legend. An icon. And a lion? Luminary? Okay, the one I disagree with was lion. An icon, a legend, a great. And a lion? I'm not feeling it. Scene, sphere, circle, and world. Pardon me while I look up a new word. What on earth does that mean? M-I-L-E-I-E. Whoa. No, I spelled it wrong. Milieu. A person's social environment, their circle, their sphere of influence, their world, and their scene. Okay, I get it. Like you're the people you hang out with. Milieu. That's a new word for me. I learned a new word just now. Huh. Well, okay. All right, well, we did okay on that one. Some strange ones. We didn't even use any of our guesses. Can you believe that? That's kind of neat. And stuff like that. Maybe like... Did we goof it up? No, we got it. Okay. ETC. What the heck? Let me type. Why don't you let me type? ETC. There we go. Why isn't it letting me type? Let's see. Congrats. Surprisingly enough, a lot of people had trouble with the yellow category and the green synonym categories. 37% of people never find yellow and lose. Oh, that's too bad. I love the statistics about it. I got to see the Connections bot one time. I think it's a subscription only thing now, but I got to see the subscription, or I got to see the bot, sort of the look into why people got the answers wrong and stuff. It was kind of neat. Hooray! Maybe, yippee. Maybe. That is just an arrow. A-R-R-O-W. Oh, it does fit. A-R-R-O-W. It fits. Things counted by some smartwatches. Maybe steps or beats. Blank so fine. Subject of the famous plagiarism case against My Sweet Lord. She so fine? I don't know. What you might come down to after having your head in the clouds. Earth. So this is not correct because that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's recorrect some of these. There we go. Okay. With the circled letters, a literal depiction of what you need to win tic-tac-toe. Oh, 3. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Funny. Chicken dwellings, coops, is no longer, was. Cries of pain, ows. There it is. Owls. We did it in pretty decent time. And stuff like that, abbreviation, etc. Wahoo, hooray! Blank is just an arrow, so I said arrow. And there's some circled letters there that correspond to something later. Things counted by some smartwatches. Steps. He's so fine. Subject of the famous plagiarism case against My Sweet Lord. Interesting. I've never heard of that one. There are some famous copyright infringement cases like Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby, and David Bowie and Freddie Mercury of Queen, who wrote Under Pressure. Equally great songs, but Vanilla Ice didn't use permission. They just kind of did it and didn't even reference them or anything. And he was said in an interview, yeah, we sampled it from him, but it's different. And he spends a couple minutes trying to explain how the bass line of I almost said Super Freak, because that's another famous one that did not go to court because he got permission and he quoted them, like he actually referenced them. But yeah, Ice Ice Baby, so funny. Disagree with Wahoo, that's funny. What you might come down to after having your head in the clouds, down to earth. With the circled letters, a literal depiction of what you need to win tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Chicken dwellings. Coops is no longer. Was. And then cries of pain. Ows. All right, let's keep up our streak. I think we started with the word frame yesterday. What if we did... Oh, you're going to hate this word. What if we started with moist? No help. Oh, no. No help at all. How about... Floor. Isn't that how you spell floor? Floor. I'm trying to think of non-intersecting words, right? Words that don't use any of those first words. Or those letters, I should say. What about... Okay, NG, but they're not in the right place. Should we dive in or should we try for another? I mean, we've already used all of our vowels. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. So we've got an E somewhere. We've got an N somewhere. We've got a G somewhere. That's not a G. Neither is that. Oh, my gosh. There's a G. And then a U. And then some other letter. So there's a U. That's not a word. Okay. Unpeg? I mean, that's a word. No help. Oh, I shouldn't have done unpeg because there's a G at the end. Stupid. That was dumb. That was really dumb. I shouldn't have even done that. Okay. So what if it's not an N, so it's not an un word. What if it's a G word? Gooben. Is Gooben a word? We need an N, but that's not the place for it. N can't go at the second or the fourth. Sometimes there's words that are like, could be unge, dunge, bunge. Is that a word? No, it's not a word. You know what I mean? Like, oh, wait. That's a word. Nudge. N can go there. U can go there. D is a new letter. G could go there. Let's try it. Yes, sir. Okay. Sometimes we do really well getting it on the fourth. Most of the time we get it on the fourth. I'd say compared to all the others, right? It's almost double everything else. It is double everything else. Today we got it on the fifth. That's okay. So my strategy, maybe this is a dumb strategy. I don't know. My strategy is to just throw out a 5-letter word that, maybe it fits, maybe it doesn't, who knows. And then I come up with a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first 5 letters. And then another one, hopefully, if I can come up with another. So I came up with moist, no help. And then fleur, the French word for flower, which is borrowed from French in English. And then chang, sure. Glad that was a word in the dictionary that allowed, because chang, I think, is a proper name in Chinese. Is that Mandarin? Something like that. And then unpeg. So I'm mixing letters around, except the G. I should have left the G. I should have come up with something else. But that's okay. And then finally we came up with nudge. One of my favorite less used things in Photoshop, tools in Photoshop, is nudging. If you want to move something just slightly, just one little pixel over, use the arrow keys and it goes right over. Yeah, judge, fudge, budge. Yeah, I know it. Awesome. Okay, let's see how we do. Ode to the aubergine. The eggplant? I see the word eggplant right here. But that's not it. This has got to be the spangram. Eggplant. Oh, dish? Oh my gosh. Everywhere else in the world calls it the aubergine. And then, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm actually not a super fan of eggplant. I don't know. If you like eggplant parm or something, I guess I could put up with an eggplant parm. But sometimes people do like eggplant sandwiches and stuff. I'm like, ugh. I don't know. Maybe it's a texture thing. I don't know. Eggplant dish. Oh, this has got to be one of them. Parmesan. If I can spell. I see stuffed. Oh, wait. Hold on. There's a letter I'm missing. Nope. Parmigiana. There it is. Eggplant parmigiana. Stuffed eggplant. Wait. Nope. We got to go this way because there's an E at the end. Wow. Hey, pat on the back. I spelled the word ratatouille in my first try. And then moose? What is moussaka? Okay, I gotta look that up. Okay, forgive me that I indulge on this one. I need to see what that is. What was the word? Another M word. milieu. I don't know what that means, or I didn't know. Moussaka. Here, let me show that one to you. Moussaka is an eggplant or potato-based dish, often including ground meat, which is commonly in the Balkans and the Middle East, may contain many local or regional variations. Modern Greek variant was created in the 1920s. I mean, it looks good. Beef and eggplant. I'd eat that. I mean, if it didn't taste like eggplant, I'll eat it. I don't know. Like, of all the things that you could eat, I don't know. Eggplant's just not one of those, like, oh my gosh, I need eggplant. You know, it's not. It doesn't like speak to me. I love lots of different food from lots of different places. Yeah, it's Mediterranean. Food trivia on Strands today. Yeah, I used to hate eggplant. I don't know. Like, truth be told, I have not had eggplant in a long time. So have my taste buds evolved and changed since, I don't know, freshman year of college or 20 years ago, the last time I had eggplant? Probably. Maybe I'll make eggplant for my kids and see how they react. Is that like a rite of passage? Ode to the aubergine. I am trying to remember the word. Hold on. Let me look this up. Translate. Oh, yeah, duh. Berinjela. In Portuguese, it's berinjela. Which kind of berinjela? I don't know. Sometimes it's funny. I'll ask ChatGPT for the roots of words. So, like, where did you come up with that word? You know, where does that word come from? And it actually tells me very easily, you know, what some of these things mean. Ode to the aubergine. So we've got different eggplant dishes. So there's stuffed eggplant, parmigiana, ratatouille, and moussaka, which is this, like, how would you describe that? Like I don't know. It's good. Looked edible. Looked pretty decent for the fact that I don't really enjoy eggplant. You guys, so many new faces now. It's so awesome. We got plenty of people in the chat, and I'm seeing my numbers go up, which tells me that you guys are liking what you're seeing. If you guys like this, if you like me doing the puzzles each day, tell me in the chat. Post it in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you. So, and subscribe to the channel, right? I would love for you to be a part of this. We do pretty much every day a live stream. Not every single day. Sometimes I miss one. I missed one on, was that Tuesday or Wednesday this week? Just, I was busy. We got something going on. So, if I end up missing a day, it's not the end of the world. Letterboxd. All right. So if you've never played Letterboxd, it's sort of like, an A and a Q, right? What are you going to do with all of these? There's a Q, U, a K, some of these tough ones. Letterboxd is sort of like spanning across to create words, and we're trying to use all 12 letters. So let's use up all 12 letters, and I would like to hopefully do it in less than 6 words. We can't use 2 letters on the same side, one after the other. So luckily the Q and the U are not on the same side. Could you imagine if they were? Oh, that'd be so hard. So I've got an M, an R, and a Q to deal with. I've got a K, an N, and a U, C, L, and A, I, E, and T. Okay. So let's see. Is there a G? No, there's no G. I was going to say trekking. What are some good words? Quick. Yeah, quick is a good word. Oh, what a word. Oh, what a word. Wow, taqueria. That's a great word. Taqueria. Could we do this in 2 words? Oh my gosh, if we were real clever, we could get 2 words out of this. I can't do like... Don't you feel like the word aluminum is hiding somewhere here? But I can't do AL. I keep thinking of AL words. Alimony or alumni. Oh, alumni would be a great word. There's a bunch of reasons that wouldn't work in this, though. Architect has an H in it, so we can't say that. We could just say arch. That would get us over to the C. And the C we could do... We came up with a huge word at first, and now I'm like hesitant and making these small little words. Okay, help me out, you guys. If you see some words in there, let me know. We just came up with a killer word. Taqueria. Nope, that one. Taqueria. If you can help me come up with an A word, hopefully that uses the M, the K, the N, the C, and the L. We can double letters, too. We can go back to the E or the U if we need to. There's no S in this puzzle. Here I am asking for a Y. That's so strange, because if we had a Y, we could say analytical. Oh, we couldn't. TI doesn't work. Stop it. No, it doesn't fit. There's no B either. Albuquerque. Very funny. Shout out to my cousins in Rio Rancho if you've been there. Antler. Okay, that's a good word. We just have 3 letters left. R. Man, R. I was thinking. I mean, ruck is a word, like a rucksack, but I can't do ruckus because there's no S. We could say ruck. And then what about this? The K. K is a tough one to start on. I don't like starting off on the... All right, we're not going to do ruck. Ruck is a good word, but we can't end on a K. I think we're painting ourselves into a corner if we do the K there. Route. Oh, I can't do the... Dang it! I can't do the TE. Ruminate. Ah. Dang it. T. And I can't do TION either because there's no O. Can I say rumen? I mean, rum. Rum is a word. Merc, like a mercantile? Sure it is. Is that a word? Crick? Yeah, crick. That's a word. There we go. That got rid of it. Good enough. Good enough, right? All right. So we started with a killer word. Taqueria. A place selling tacos is a taqueria. You gotta flick the R. Taqueria. Oh, thanks. Yeah, is the ruck the best you can do? Taqueria. The A led us to antler, and then the R led us to rum, and then I didn't want to do ruck right there because ruck, like a rucksack, that's great. But then the K, I was having a hard time coming up with the K words that could get us back to those letters we haven't used yet. Rum, Merc, and Crick. Crick. Fun fact, Crick was one of my nicknames as a kid, but spelled without the C, right? It was just K-R-I-K, because that's my name backwards, right? So it was Crick. Well, while I've got you here, we're going to just kind of recap things a little bit. I want to let you know that I am in the running right now for America's Favorite Teacher. I am currently in second place. I mean, the confetti flows, but really, if we want to do it right, oh my gosh, go vote for me. There's a link in the pinned comment. There's also a link in the, here's a little QR code if you want it. There's a lot of different places. If I win, Bill Nye the Science Guy comes to my school and does an assembly. And let's see, I would get a trip to Hawaii, which sounds insane. And I would get $25,000 and I would put it towards a new car. You heard my story yesterday about the rims on my car that are apparently not Toyota stock. They are Lexus, and some previous owner had the genius idea to put Lexus rims on. You can see that we just barely made it to, today's the 21st, and sadly, I was in second place. I was so excited to be in first place again, and then once the actual thing hit, this girl got a bunch of votes, apparently, right before, and I was reduced to second place. That's okay if I stay second place, but I need to be first place for April 3rd, because come April 3rd, that's when the group finals come, and then they take number one winner from all the groups. And if I number one on April 3rd, then I go to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and so on. So the actual final round is the votes go in on May 1st. So hopefully I get in there. Link in the comment, link in the description, link in my channel page, QR code right there. A lot of places that you could go to cast your free vote. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get it. We'll get it. All right, let's recap. So the connections puzzle today, let's see, architectural drawing tools. There's a compass, a ruler, a stencil, and a T-square. Bar blank, isn't that funny? We saw the purple category second. Usually that's the hardest one, or should be at least. It's a fill in the blank a lot of times. Bar chart, bar exam, bar mitzvah, and bar soap. Bar mitzvah, of course, the traditional Jewish coming of age for a boy, or a bat mitzvah for a girl. I went to a bar mitzvah as a kid. I went to my friend Jeremy's. What an honor. It was just an honor to be there. It was a fun party, too, at the end. Luminary. Somebody that's great. An icon. A legend. Or a lion? Lion among sheep? I don't know. Why would you call it a lion right there? Yeah. That's funny. I don't fully understand that one. And then Milu, I guess, is like your sphere of influence, your like hangout, your circle, your scene, your sphere, and your world, and stuff like that, etc. This was the mini crossword. We actually did really well on the mini crossword today. Hooray! Wahoo! Here, let's try a good Mario Wahoo. Wahoo! How about that? Was that good? Or a Waluigi or a Wario. Wario. Wahoo! I think I could take over for Charles Martinet now that he's retiring. Arrow, and you see there are a couple circled letters there. Arrow. Things counted by some smartwatches. It might be your steps. I also could have said beats there, right? Your heartbeat. But it was steps. He's so fine, subject of the famous plagiarism case against My Sweet Lord. That is a new one for me. I don't know As famous as it is, it's not famous for me because I don't know what you're talking about. What you might come down to after having your head in the clouds. Come down to earth. With the circled letters, a literal depiction of what you need to win tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row. There's the circled letters, a row. Cute. Chicken dwellings, coops. Is no longer, was, past tense. And cries of pain, ows. Oh, gosh. All right. And then, you know my strategy. If you've never been on while I'm doing the puzzles, my strategy is to just come up with a 5-letter word and kind of deal with the consequences. And then hopefully come up with a 5-letter word that doesn't use any of those first 5. I call that a non-intersecting word. And then another second non-intersecting word. And this one that you didn't use any of the first 10. I said moist. Everyone hates that word, right? Moist. Almost as much as I hate the word module. I don't like the word module. That's one of my trigger words, module. And I see it every day because I'm in Canvas working with kids in Canvas all day. Module. I just don't love that word. Fleur, which is the French for flower. And luckily it was in the English dictionary for the Wordle. And then Chang, which I am also glad was in the word bank because Chang is a proper name, a last name. But I guess it's I don't know. Chinese, Mandarin, who knows? And then I'm mixing letters around, and I pretty erroneously said unpeg, which was dumb because the G in peg, duh, what are you thinking? And then I was mixing letters around, trying to figure out where they go, and I tried nudge, and it was nudge. It was nudge. All right. I haven't heard anybody chime in telling me what to do about this photo shoot scenario. Maybe I ought to recap it real quick. I was teaching between third and fourth period. A bunch of lacrosse girls came into my classroom and said, okay, we're ready for our photo shoot. And I was like, you're ready for your what? Apparently they had set up for themselves that, oh, we're just going to go into Mr. Miller's classroom and set up for a photo shoot and just do a photo shoot. I was not in a place to do that. In fact, on the very limited time I have on a Friday, I was hoping to teach. What was I teaching? Metering part 2 and describe the project we were in and stuff. Let's see. Do I have other words that I despise and why? I'd have to think about it. I don't know if there are any other words that really like grind my gears. I have sounds that I don't like. I'm an audiophile. I love sound. I love recording sound. But the one sound that I just it sends chills down my spine is the freezer burn inside a freezer, like a garage freezer or something where it's like, you're trying to get something like an old pizza out or something and it's scraping across all of that, all of the like freezer burn. Oh, I can't, even just thinking about it, I'm getting chills. I hate that sound. But a word, people don't like the word moist. I don't love moist. Oh, you know what? I do have one more and it's for a dumb reason. So sometimes when you see, like in, I don't know, in Chrome or something, right? You're on a web browser and you see a menu that has 3 lines. The 3 lines is, I don't even want to say it out loud. I hate it. It's called a hamburger menu. Because 3 lines, I guess, is 2 buns and a burger in the middle, but it's just 3 lines. Call it what it is. So I hate the phrase hamburger menu. Unless I'm at a restaurant that has a menu full of hamburgers, if I'm on a website or something and it says click the hamburger menu, I want to leave the website. Why? I don't know. I'm neurotic like that. Who knows? Just ridiculous. All right. Today's theme on the Strands puzzle was all about the aubergine, or the, of course, the eggplant, right? Or in Portuguese, what was it? Oh my gosh, berinjela, right? I keep forgetting that word. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Berinjela is eggplant. Different cultures use it for different things and call it different things. I haven't had an aubergine or an eggplant in 20 years. I don't think. It's been a long, long time. Maybe it's time. Maybe I need to go to the store and go get some eggplant and fry it up, make an eggplant parm or something. So, Eggplant dish. Isn't that funny? We saw the eggplant dish spangram first, the yellow right there. You might have eggplant in Parmigiana. Parmigiana. Sorry, that has a G, like a hard G sound. Parmigiana. Stuffed Parmesan, stuffed aubergine, ratatouille, or moussaka. We had to look that one up. It's a Mediterranean thing. Greece, Turkey, different places. It almost looks like a ratatouille pie, I guess. It's like layers, like a lasagna almost. It looked good. I mean, if I didn't know there was eggplant in there, maybe I'd love it. Maybe I'd eat it. And then the last one was the letterboxed. We're trying to span across to make letters into words, and we had to do it in 6 words today. There you go. You can see it. 6 words behind my big fat head. 6 words, and we started off real strong. Taqueria, or as it should be pronounced, taqueria. Right? You got to flick the R. Taqueria. And then the A led us to antler, and then the R led us to rum, and then the M led us to Merc, and then Merc led us to Crick. I just needed the K at the end, so I'm like, what the heck, what do I do? So I tried Crick, which was my nickname as a kid, K-R-I-K. It's just my name backwards, one of my nicknames. My family used to call me. And we did it in 5. Yeah, I was going to say 5. Okay, so I didn't tell you the rest of the story. So I started getting kind of heated. I was a little frustrated. I was more than a little frustrated because these girls came into my class just like, okay, we're ready for our photo shoot. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm teaching class. What do you need? Apparently, one of the kids on the team was supposed to come talk to me like a week ago, say, hey, is it okay if we come in? Which the answer would have been no. The answer would have been no. We did set up for another day, but I was at that point. I was just like, it was a miscommunication. It was a total miscommunication. But these kids coming into my classroom and saying, okay, we're ready for our photo shoot. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. My photo set in my studio was set up for an interview. It was a video thing. And I'm like, there's no way. We can't do that. So we did reschedule. We're actually doing a shoot pretty soon here. But I don't know. Just the underlying problem is that they see me one-dimensionally, which is hilarious because some of these girls have had me in class, right? They see me one-dimensionally as this just I'm available at all times, anytime for a photo shoot to serve you. And I'm like, no, I'm definitely not doing that. So it was just kind of strange. It was just kind of goofy. No way. What a coincidence. You had moussaka today? That's a crazy coincidence. That's a crazy coincidence. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll leave it on this chart here. You can see that yesterday we made top 10, which is great. Awesome. We made top 10. But it would have been a little nicer if we had made top 10 in first place, not second place. If you still need it, there is the QR code. Hold on. Let me get my big fat head out of the way. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. So that you can scan that with a phone, or if you want to, you can click the link. I know that the link, if you're watching on the live stream, vertical live, you can't click links, but you can go to my channel page in the description, and then you can see it there. Click it there. It's a hassle. I know. You have to verify a Facebook account, but if you vote for me, then I am that much closer to becoming America's favorite teacher, which how cool would that be? And I would get, let's see, how much? $25,000 that I would put toward a new car. Some of you guys heard my story yesterday about needing to buy new rims for my dinosaur car because I thought I had a flat tire. And I took it to Costco, and they said, no, you don't have a flat tire. You have a cracked rim. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. So I had to buy a new rim. And the original rims that I had on my tires weren't even the actual rims that came with my car. They were, in fact, not stock rims. It's a Toyota minivan, and I have, oh my gosh, I have Lexus minivan, or I have Lexus rims on this Toyota van. So, needless to say, and I found out they were super old. They're like 31-year-old rims, so of course they cracked because they're older than dirt. And so, yeah, I had to buy new rims for this dinosaur car. I'm like, okay, can we just get rid of this car? I need a new car. Come on. Oh gosh. Anyway, great stream today. Thanks for a lot of fun. A lot of new faces today. A lot of new people in the chat. A lot of new people just kind of chiming in and stuff. So thanks for your help on the puzzles. And thanks in advance for your vote. I hope you consider voting for me for America's Favorite Teacher. That would be super awesome. We had a lot of fun with the puzzles today. Right, the connections puzzle was very doable. I kind of did it bass-ackwards, right? We started with the harder categories and worked our way to the easier ones. The mini crossword today had a fun kind of hidden message within it. 3 in a row about tic-tac-toe. The Wordle today was nudge, which is good that I got some of those other words out of the way because it could have been fudge or mudge or I don't know, different words. And then the Strands puzzle was all about eggplant, ode to the aubergine or the berinjela. Yep. And then letterboxed. Cool letterbox today. Taqueria. And the A led us to antler, and the R led us to rum, and the M led us to C, to Merc, and the C led us to Crick. Good one to end on because Crick was my nickname as a kid. You guys are awesome. Thanks for an amazing stream. Thanks for helping me with the puzzle. Thanks for listening to my crazy rant about people invading my my photo studio today. And yeah, anyway, what a great stream. Thanks for everything. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.